They said she was a preacher, spoke that gospel soft and low. Nobody had to teach her, 'cause it came from her heart, you know. She could make a grown man cry, bring a smile to the sick and the dying. Saving sinners' souls was her life. Sweet Sadie the Savior. I saw her on a Sunday, and although I was very small, the way she moved my soul, to this day I can still recall. Through the eyes of a child, I saw God for a little while. Lord, she had a heavenly style, sweet Sadie the Savior. That would all change. But there you go, staying out late. How many more nights do you expect me to wait? You pick me up and put me down, turn me on and turn around, and then you walk right out of my life. Wind me up and run me down, keep me going round and round. Listen to me, baby, wherever you are, you're really breaking my heart. Too many long nights staying up waiting on you. I don't want no alibis, baby, unless you got something brand new. Baby, it's getting hard to believe you. Gotta try, 'cause I just can't leave you. You're picking me up, putting me down, turning me on, put me down, turn me up, run me round, run me down. Lift me up and put me down, turn me on and turn around. And then you walk right out of my life. Wind me up and run me down, keep me going round and round. Pick me up, put me down, turn me on, turn around, walk out of my life. Wind me up and run me down, keep me going around and around and around and around and around. Well, you're picking me up and you're putting me down, and you're turning me on and you're turning around and you're walking right out of my life. Winding me up and you're running me down and you're turning around and you're walking right out of my life. Pick me up, put me down, turn me on, turn around, walk out of my life. Pick me up and run me down, keep me going.
Thank you very much, and thank you, the orchestra, especially Joe Speed on trumpet and flugelhorn, Murray Laugh on piano and percussion, and Ronnie Hazlehurst on glue and little green things. They're all at it round here, they are. Do you know, this afternoon at rehearsal, the producer came up to me and he said, do you know, he said, I get so worried about this show. The doctors put me on double-strength tranquilizers. I said, oh, love. How is the show this week? He said, who cares? He said, honestly, my life seems to be full of strange men. I mean, my husband was a really devout coward. He was. Do you know, when the television detective van came down our street, he went out and gave himself up. He did. Then he denounced the people next door and his mother. Do you know, he once went to court on a parking offence and pleaded insanity. He did. Goodness knows when we're going to see him again. Do you know, I should have never got married. Do you know, everybody was against our marriage. During the service, we had a bomb scare, and marriage guidance claimed responsibility. And a lady from Citizens Advice chained herself to the bridal car. Boy, could she run. Me dad, you see, I mean, me dad was completely against me getting married. He wanted me to play for Chelsea. He did. Isn't that weird? I mean, imagine me playing for Chelsea. Queen's Park Rangers, perhaps, but Chelsea. I must get my manager to write to Jim will fix it. Now, my manager, there's another one. I caught him when I was shark fishing off the Isle of Wight. His latest brainchild is, we'll have your name up in lights in Piccadilly and it won't cost us a penny, my dear. So I'll sing my next song under my new name, Rivita Bovril. Although I'm not sure what I'm going to sing next. I never am, really. I generally wait for the band to start in and I join in with the majority. By the way, if you've got a special song that you're really fond of and you write to me and tell me, I promise I'll not sing it. I have had lots of requests, actually, this week, but if I could do most of them, I should be in a circus. But the thing is, as usual... No, as usual, they're usually from ladies who want me to sing love songs, and except for one from a fella who has a kinky idea with him and me, 2 dustbin liners and a bucket of custard. Actually, I passed his letter on to the BBC psychiatrist, and he came back with a rundown on the state of his personality, some fatherly advice on the subject, and a few requests of his own. But as I was saying, we get more requests from ladies for romantic songs because, well, you know, we're more romantic, aren't we, girls, really? Most of us still believe that one day we will break a spell and the handsome prince will appear. Honest, I wish I had a penny for every frog I've kissed. And I'm not the only one. I mean, hands up, everybody here. Whoever kissed a frog hoping that he'd turn into a fairy prince. Oh, hands up. And 1, 2, 3. Sir, is your hand up or down? You see? Nearly all of us. Do you know, I still remember the first fairy story I ever heard. I also remember the last one. It was, your BBC check is in the post. But my favourite fairy story is about the poor old lady who lived alone in a little cottage. Just her and a faithful old tomcat. Ah. Oh. And there they are, sitting by the fire on Christmas Eve, and she says, well, Tibbles, here we are, Christmas Eve again, same as usual, sing along and Mike's Guns and Navarone, cup of cocoa and early night. And as she said that, Suddenly, there was a flash of light, and a fairy voice said, "Hey up, you have suffered enough, Widow Ramsbottom." Oh, well, they've got fairies in Sheffield as well. And the old lady looked round, and there, standing between her aspidistra and her inflatable Warren Beatty, was a fairy. Wrong type, dear. Was a fairy. And the fairy said, "I am your fairy godmother and I've come to grant you 3 wishes." And the old lady said, "I wish I knew what the hell this was all about." And the fairy said, "I am your fairy godmother and I've come to grant you 3 wishes. You've got 2 to go." The old lady said, "All right, I'd like to be young and beautiful and glamorous. I'd like to be like Marti Caine." And the fairy said, "Now, one or the other, you can't have them both." So, fire the scriptwriter. So, all of a sudden, ching! Near enough. The old lady was transformed into a glamorous, beautiful young girl. I suppose she'd gone for the first one. Then she said, "And now I'd like my old tomcat to be turned into a handsome prince." And in a flash, the old moggy had turned into a prince, tall and handsome and strong and weather-beaten as an outside toilet. And they stood there, gazing into each other's eyes, and he said, "I bet you're ever so sorry you took me to the vet that time." To sit back, relax, and enjoy the wonderful dancing of Wayne Sleep.
Come on along and listen to the lullaby of Broadway, the hip hooray and ballet-hoo, the lullaby of Broadway. The rumble of the subway train, the rattle of the taxi, the daffodils to entertain at Angelo's and Maxie's when a Broadway baby says goodnight. It's early in the morning, Manhattan babies don't sleep tight until the dawn. Good night, baby, sleep tight, let's call it a day. Good night, baby, good night, let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old Broadway.
Certainly is, madam. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the sight of God to join this man and this woman in holy matrimony.
I don't know how best to introduce my next guest because, well, he's done just about everything there is to do in show business. In the last year, he went from playing Ebenezer with Danny LaRue to the London Palladium to playing, well, Falstaff with the Royal Shakespeare Company. And when I asked him how best to describe him, he said, well, just call me a genius. So, ladies and gentlemen, the genius, Alfred Marks.
Yes, Michael.
I must get some more cotton wool in these. The thing is... now, come on, all together and not at all. I must ask you, what's this book?
Yes, well, I'm going to use you tonight and use your audience through you, if I may. I have a pet theory, you see, Marty, and that is that the British public, bless them, unlike the Americans, are very faithful not only to their artists, but also to their jokes. And they love old jokes. And I have a theory, you see, that many a time in some radio shows I've done sketches which depend on a reaction to a joke, to tell a very old joke and have the audience go, ooh, and it never happens, so you can't do the sketch. A British audience never go, ooh, they always laugh and applaud at very old jokes.
They don't in my act.
Well, I can assure you, this is my chestnut book, you see. And I've dug right down into the barrel, and I promise you that they will not accept old jokes as old jokes. I've got them all down there.
Oh, hang on, I've got my book as well.
What's that one?
This is the Bernard Manning Book of Clean Joke.
Now, I bet you, all through these, you won't get a, ooh, they will love them.
All right, then I'll bet you.
Okay. A dog surrounded by 4 trees he hadn't got a leg to stand on.
Yeah. How about this one?
These are the oldest jokes. These are the oldest jokes in the world, I promise you.
I've got an older than that. My dog, it chases anybody on a bike. In fact, we've had to take it off him.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Man walking through a park with a strange-looking dog, and his friend says, that's a funny-looking dog. What's that? He said, well, it's a very rare breed. It's called a Mexican Spit. And the man said, pardon? He said, it's a very rare breed called a Mexican Spit. And the man said, it must be a rare breed. I've never seen a Mexican Spit. And the dog looked up and said, senor. Now, they don't come older than that.
Now, my friend, you see, there's one here. My friend has got one of those Mexican Spits, those little Chihuahua things.
Yes.
And it killed a Great Dane.
How?
It choked on it.
You see, it bears out my theory.
Yeah.
Man walking down Piccadilly like that, you see. His friend says, you want to watch that? He says, why? He says, look at you. He says, look, God, blimey, who's pitched me roll a lino? The opticians, the annual dinner for the British Society of Opticians. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, would you mind charging your glasses for the toast by Mr. Jones Jones? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the toast, the British Society of Opticians. Cheers. You see, I told you, you cannot get an ooh.
How about that guy who broke his glasses, went to the optician's last thing Saturday night. The optician said, listen, he said, I've not got time to fix them now, but I'll board them up till Monday.
Chap goes for medical examination. The doctor says, when did you last indulge in sex? He said, 1915. He said, that's a long time. He said, not really. It's only 20:45 now.
I'm very unlucky. I peeled a banana last Wednesday. It were empty. Oh, that got an ooh.
Nearly.
That got an ooh.
Yes, well, this is my theory, not yours, you see.
Oh.
Chap says to his friend, he says, where you going, mate? He said, I'm going down to the chemist. He said, I don't like the look of my wife. He said, hang on, I'll come with you. Ain't the bloody sight of mine. Chap goes into his local boozer at his local pub, and he says, you know, all these years I've had trouble with my hearing. What do you think of this? And he takes out a tiny little thing no bigger than your fingernail. Yeah. He says, see that? Japanese. They're clever. 45 transistors in that. Look at the size of it. No bigger than a fingernail. A deaf aid. 45 transistors. Amazing. Friend says, how much it cost? He said, $4. I think I've proved my point, more or less.
You have.
Give you a rough idea how old they get. How's this one? This one goes back to 1949. Chap goes into a pub in the East End, 1949, like this. She says, can I have a Have a pint, please. And the barman says, yes, of course, son. Dear. He said, would you get the money out of my pocket? You know, I said, certainly, son. Dear. He says, could you help me up, please? The barman said, of course, son. He says, where'd you get that, son? Dunkirk? He said, no, Burton's.
That's the one. Step this way out.
Lest my eyes deceive me, 2 microphones.
Yes, very cunning. You see, I was hoping to talk you into singing a song with me, Alfred.
Well, I've watched your show before, the last season. I remember that's what you like to do with your guests, and I would very much like to sort of sing with you. But unfortunately, I don't think it would work, Marty, because I don't have the sort of voice that you need. You see, I don't sing modern songs. The sort of voice I have is more for your operas and your musical comedy, you know.
Well, can't we sort of jazz them up a bit? I mean, what sort of stuff do you do?
Well, stuff like Romberg's New Moon, for example, stuff like that, you know. Yes. Give me some men who are stout-hearted men who will fight for the right they adore.
I agree with the sentiment.
Just give me 10 who are stout-hearted men, and I'll soon give you 10,000 more. Shoulder to shoulder, and bolder, they grow as they go to the fore. Then there's nothing in the world can mar or make a plan. When stout-hearted men can stick together, man to man.
Oh, I thought that was splendid, Alf.
Yes, you like that?
I think we can jazz that up.
You're taking a chance?
Yeah, well, you know, I do. I'll tell you what, you start off and I'll follow you.
Give me some
I
men
want me
who
some
are
men,
stout-hearted men
stout-hearted
who will
men
fight for the right
Who
they
will fight
adore.
for me?
Just give me
Just
10
start me
who
with
are
10.
stout-hearted
Some
men,
stout-hearted
and I'll
men.
soon give you 10,000
And I will give you so many more.
Shoulder to
You
shoulder,
lean on my
and
shoulder.
bolder and
You gotta get
they
bolder
grow as they go to the
on
fore.
the floor. There's nothing in the world can halt my man.
When stout-hearted men can stick together, man to man.
She's a honky-tonk woman. Give me the honky-tonk blues. She's a honky-tonk woman. Give me the honky-tonk blues.
I met her in some barroom man in Memphis. He tried to take me upstairs for a ride. He had to hear me Now, let's see. 5 times 8 minus 3.4 plus 222. I know how to catch it out. Plus the square root of 5.563518 equals. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the nicest things about having your own television series is that when it comes to choosing guests, you can pick your own favourite artists. And ladies and gentlemen, a very big favourite of mine, Mr. Billy Preston.
Did you ever want to lock yourself away and pretend that you just don't exist? Because nothing seems to make sense anymore. Can't find a reason for going on. So you go to your room, shut every window, lock every door to try to hide the hurt inside. And then suddenly, hope, a light comes shining through. It brightens up the whole world. She lets you know she cares. She's never far behind. Trust me and you'll find she's everywhere, always there in times of trouble. Will never hurt you, will not desert you. She'll never let you down. Oh no, without her you can't win. But with her you begin to realize that through her eyes you'll see the sunrise. Just look around you, there's trouble in the air. Yes it is. Look at the people, doesn't anybody care? The world is coming apart, just like a heart that's nearly broken, broken in two. Look around you, you can set your spirit free. Look, all you people, you can change your destiny. A world that's coming apart still has a soul that won't stop breathing. Once you start believing in hope, hope, but not desert. Oh, hope. You down. I'm talking about hope. Hope. I'm talking about hope, y'all. Hope. She'll never let you, never let you down. Hope. Bring me your softness. Comfort me through all this madness. Woman, don't you know with you I'm born again.
Come give me your sweetness. Now there's you, there is no
I was half, not whole, instead with none.
Reaching through this world in need of one.
Come show me your kindness. In your arms I know I'll find this. Woman, don't you know with you I'm born again.
Lying safe with you, I'm born
your softness, comfort me through all this madness. Woman, don't you know with you I'm born again.
Come give me your sweetness. Now there's you, there is no.
Now there's you, there is no weakness.
Lying safe within your arms, I'm born again.
Don't you know with you I'm born again. I was half not whole, instead with none. Reaching through this world in need of one. Come show me your kindness. In your arms I know I'll find this. Woman, don't you know with you I'm born again. Lying safe with you, I'm born
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to talk about the most wonderful experience it's possible for a woman to have. But I've never had a night out with Robert Redford, so I'll have to talk about something else. I know I'll talk about having a baby because it's controversial, isn't it? And it pays, you know, to be controversial and that. Now, how many of you watching tonight at home, well, I know a lot of you must have had a baby, especially the women. And you'll be familiar with what it's like. But for those of you who haven't, I'll try to explain the experience. Now, how can I describe it, girls? Well, if you get hold of your top lip and pull it over your head. Hey, girls? Yeah, that sort of sums it up, you know. No, to be honest, I really enjoyed the whole experience. I did. No, don't practice now, sir. No, but I did. I really enjoyed it, but my husband, oh, he was on edge the whole time. Chain smoking, taking Valium, and that was only during the conception. And when I told him we were going to have a baby, well, he developed sympathetic pregnancy, you know. He did. He started getting morning sickness and his ankles swelled up and everything. Mind you, I wasn't worried because of that, because it happens to a lot of men, doesn't it? But I was worried when he ordered a pair of maternity trousers. Then he started craving for strange things to eat, which, well, normal people won't feed to a dog, you know, such as boot polish and cold dust sandwiches and Wimpys and that, you know, that. Now, I quite enjoyed it overall until my overall wouldn't go overall. Although it is true that when you know, sort of about at that stage, a woman is at her most radiant, isn't she, girls? Yeah, oh, she's wonderful, but you try turning bacon over it, it's impossible, it really is. Yeah, you see, from then on, everything from below waist level is non-existent. You know, your legs might just as well be on another planet. And now, because of this limited vision, you develop new interests like hunt the vacuum cleaner and tread on the cat. The only advantage is that you can go out in the rain without getting your feet wet. The disadvantage is that you don't know you've not got your feet wet, and when you try to bend over and take your shoes off, you fall over. Because anything you do from below waist level has to be done by the sense of touch. And my sense of touch, well, leaves a bit to be desired. I once went out in one peep-toed sling bag and a dog bowl. I did. But the worst part is that you can't walk properly. Because, you see, your centre of gravity has been moved, hasn't it? From where your kidneys are to, well, to approximately where Robert Redford's kidneys would be if you had the most wonderful experience. That's what I want to have. Up there, you see. So, to counteract all this, your legs move out slightly like that, and your feet turn out like that. And when you try and walk, you look like Wilson, Betty and Keppel without the sand, you know, you sort of like that. So I was quite relieved when my time came. I remember the day as if it were yesterday. My bag was all packed, all ready to be rushed to the hospital, and I was sitting in an easy chair with my feet up, you know, waiting to time my contractions with the cuckoo clock. And it happened just after I'd settled down, you know, after making myself a cup of tea. I got this sudden pain. And then, after an hour, I got another one. And an hour later, another one. So I knew time must be up. And it was. I'd sat on the cuckoo clock. But when I did start getting contractions, do you know, my husband, he got the car out to drive me to the hospital, and in what seemed no time at all, I was taking deep breaths and pushing. The car had broken down. Fortunately, a man pulled up and offered me a lift, you know. It was the milkman. Took him ages to finish his round. I tried my best to hurry him, you know. I said, look. I said, now, look here. I said, I'm going to deliver. He said, oh, thank you very much. Number 22 has 4 pints on Friday. When we did get to the hospital, and when I was safe and tucked in, and the doctors brought 6 students to my bedside and asked if they minded if they watched, you know. I said, why? Are they training to be gynecologists? He says, no, the telly's broken down. Really? The trouble is, you know, we've got a wonderful system, but they're quite overworked, aren't they, the hospital staff? I mean, I was in labour for 2 days before they realised I'd still got my tights on. But eventually, you know, I had a lovely little baby boy, 8 pounds 4 ounces, and when I held him in my arms, all plump and cuddly, I suddenly realised why the doctor always, you know, ties a kind of newborn baby's umbilical cord. Yeah, it's because if they didn't, he'd go... Remember, my friend, the world will change again, and you may have to come back through everywhere you've been. When your life was low, you had nowhere to go. People turned their backs on you, and everybody said that you were through. I took you in, I made you strong again, put you back together after all the dreams you left along the way. You left me shining. Now you're doing well. From stories I hear tell, you own the world again. Everyone's your friend. Though I'd never hear from you, still it's nice to know
me so when your life is low. Always remember, my friend, the world will change again, and you may have to come back through everywhere you've been. I took you in, I made you strong again, put you back together after all the dreams you left along the way. You left me shining. Now you're doing well, from stories I hear tell. You own the world again, everyone's your friend. Though I never hear from you, still, it's nice to know you used to love me so. When your life was low.
Where You Sleep appeared by permission of the General Administrator of the Royal Opera House, Covent Garden.